Peace, peace, peace. Y'all do me a favor, man. Like it up, share it, and don't forget to drop them nines and let me know my audio is good. We right back. We right back, y'all. And I know it's a lot of people, man, that could care less what happened to this cat right here sitting next to me. But at the same time, I feel like this is a teachable moment, man. And I want to use it to show y'all just how they work. Okay? So with that being said, like I said, y'all do me a favor, like it up, share it, man, and drop the nines and let me know my audio is good, man. Peace, King K Porters. Welcome to the live, man. Local Red, thanks for the nines. She say, hey, y'all. You feel me? Y'all don't be afraid to hit that like button, man. Greetings to you, Caress and Beckwith. Don't be afraid to hit to pound that like button either, y'all. Thanks for the nines, Quincy Joseph. Bro, say blood ritual sacrifice, man. Hey, and that's what's unfortunate about it, man. Okay? And I do want to say, man, you know, I cannot confirm or deny anything that's about to get ready to be said in this video. But I will, as always, ask you guys to use discernment when dealing with the situation, man. That's the important part. How does hearing the information that you're able to receive make you feel? Does it make you feel like, you know, it's some devious things that may have taken place? Because that's what it's all about, y'all. It's not about, you know, what he did, bro. Who cares? We know that, you know, he knew exactly what it was he was getting himself into when he stepped inside this industry, okay? So I don't want y'all to pay attention or, you know, be saying, and look, Trisha Boyer, she say full moon sacrifice. Look, it's a lot of people that's already hip to this, but y'all do me a favor, pound that like button, man. Pound that like button and share it up. I feel like this is a teachable moment, y'all. Y'all have to understand, bro. These type of things are going on inside of your community and you don't even know it. You don't know it because as usual, you're distracted. You're always distracted. Finesse suggestion, thanks for the 9. Taryn Anderson, thanks for the 9s. Chrissy Toma, hey to you too. Say they know what's coming. Essen Gomes, that's facts. Say we all know there's more to it. That's big facts. Blessings and goodwill to you too, Melvin. Thanks for the 9s, guys. But look, I will say this, right? We have to look at the order in which these things actually take place, y'all. I feel like that's what's important when we see them, okay? We have to look at, things that are being done repetitiously as well. Excuse me. And the reason I say that is because that's going to tell us what's really going on. We're going to see a lot of the things when we talk about these major celebrities inside of this industry. We're going to see a lot of these things that's taking place, like with him. We're going to notice that they've taken place already with other people as well that's in the industry. Okay. And if you're not too distracted and you tapped in, then you notice it. You notice the trend of like overdoses. Okay. You notice the trend of unalivings. You feel me? You just notice those trends, bro. And then at a certain point, you just start to say, okay, well, it's beyond a coincidence. It's beyond, someone overindulging in drugs. And I do believe with him, because he did have a past history, right? A lot of them, they going to go, they're going to want to make him look like, he relapsed, all right? But with that being said, man, let me start this off with the right spiritual energy, man. I want to say peace to the gods and goddesses, peace to the ancestors, and peace to all of the high vibrational beings on the planet. Today, I'm sending you nothing but love and light, man. You already know what it is.
Yeah, I'm about to expose every lie they done told, like how they trafficking kids and why they ain't got a soul. They feeding off our energy, trying to destroy the globe. They got weather control, they even making it snow. But we can't run from it, gotta grab it by the antler.
On October 28th, the world.
As I said, don't be afraid to pound that like button or that share button. We got 16 shares over here, man. That's it. That's all y'all can do. I am awakened. That's all y'all can do, family. I know y'all can do better than that. Pound that like button. We fighting against the algorithm, man. This information needs to be received by somebody. If you say you already know these things, bro, that does not mean that the next person in the lab already know that these things are taking place. It's plenty of people that's coming into this family that they're new to the information. Okay, so with that being said, man, share it up, man. Greg Johnson says it's a ritual, most definitely. Stacy Carney say 999 Satan came to collect. That's big facts. Body hopping. Leah Marshall, you want to elaborate on that a little bit, Reflection? Say I'll be there for you. Okay. Say let go. Okay, Juju, we finna most definitely take off. But yeah, like I was saying, y'all, we have to look at the pattern in which these type of things take place. So we know, because you have to understand, it's a lot of people in the industry, bro, and they all take, part in the foul part of the industry. We know, you know what I'm talking about. You feel me? The illegal indulgence of, children, so on and so forth. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So this is why, no one in the industry is offended by, his history and the allegations that were made against him. I don't know if he was ever found guilty on him, or if he was tried against him, or whatever the case may be. But this is why they don't care about that, y'all. But I want y'all to understand, bro, because it's important that you really understand that this does not just happen on the level of celebrity, but it happens around you on a day-to-day basis. And it happens in the same order. It doesn't matter if you're a celebrity or not. Okay, so if you someone who is able to learn from the experiences of others, then I feel like this is going to be a great video for you, all right? And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this video, man.
I was shocked when it was reported that Friends actor Matthew Perry, 54 at the time, passed away in his private home hot tub. It was reported that around 1 to 2 p.m., Perry sent his assistant.
Hey, now I got to pause it right there because y'all got to understand the hot tub in itself. Okay, just because it's not a regular tub, it's something that we cannot look past. I keep telling y'all the signs and symbols are for the conscious mind. Okay, so just him passing in the hot tub says a lot. Okay, I said it earlier, I say it again. I want you to understand that, bro. We talk about Aaron Hall. He was found in the hot tub. Whitney Houston was found in the hot tub. Whitney Houston's daughter was found in the hot tub. And the list goes on and on of people that was actually found in the hot tub during the time of the unaliving, or that so-called unaliving. But with that being said, let's go ahead. Y'all drop them lines if you understand what I'm trying to get at with that, with the bathtub ritual.
On some errands. By the time the assistant made it back to the home around 4 p.m., Perry was found unresponsive in his hot tub. The assistant immediately called the emergency services, but it was too late for Matthew, and he had passed away. The police claimed to have found no indication of foul play, and also reported that no substances were found in the home. In some strange way, Matthew just passes away with no explanation whatsoever. Homicide detectives investigated the situation and stated that although there were no obvious signs of trauma, the official cause of Perry's death is pending the coroner's investigation. The medical examiner said on its website that Perry's cause of death was deferred, which usually means that further investigation is needed. This left people wondering how this could have happened and why. Did Matthew Perry really just go out in his home's hot tub, or is there more to this story? As of right now, there isn't an abundance of evidence that would give us an idea of what really happened. The whole situation seems clouded in mystery. However, there has been a few indications that this situation seems far more sinister. For example, if we head over to Instagram and check out his last post, you can see exactly what I mean.
Now, before he gets into this, I want y'all to understand what happened. He was in a hot tub before he left, y'all. Before his assistant left to run whatever type of errands that she was supposed to be running for him. Okay? And when she came back, he was in the hot tub unalive. It happened just that fast, okay? So this is the mystery. We're talking about someone that was not exhibiting any. Of course, he was sick at the time. He had issues going on, but I don't think it was to that depth. Okay? But I will say, that's what's so crazy about it. Like, she left for a minute, then came back. It's the same situation that we seen happen with Aaron Carter. We seen the same thing happen with Aaron Carter.
On October 23rd, Matthew posted this photo of himself in his hot tub with a clear view of a crescent moon in the sky. This was the last post on his Instagram, and 5 days later he would pass away in that very same hot tub. We know that in Hollywood nothing is a coincidence, but a sign that points to what really happened. If we look at his Instagram, we start to see that almost all of his last posts were all strange. Like the post right before this one was him pointing his camera at the moon with a caption that read, "Do you understand what I'm trying to say?" We know occultists believe and practice moon magic. During different stages of the moon, rituals are performed, one of those rituals being a sacrifice. Moon magic is an ancient form of witchcraft where occultists use the phases of the moon for the energy it releases. The fact that Matthew was pointing at the moon while asking if you know what I'm talking about is strange to me. I believe he was leaving clues to what was soon going to happen. Something that caught my attention was that it seemed that Matthew was foreshadowing his death on Friends. In one episode called The One with Rachel's Other Sister, he states, "I guess I would be the one to die first."
What do you know? I guess I'll be the one who dies first.
And it gets worse.
And see, this is the type of stuff they do too, y'all. You see how he said this? It's a lead up. They did the same thing when Eminem buddy who passed away, and you know they see that how he passed away was at the club, but they depicted that he was going to pass away in one of Eminem's videos called I want to say it was something Hills. Okay, I think it was Hills whatever. Okay, but yeah, they depicted it. This is what they do.
In another episode. In this episode, Courtney Cox, who plays Matthew's wife in Friends, calls Matthew her drowning husband.
Chandler, what is the matter with your face? Wait, this picture is supposed to say Geller and be married, not local woman say drowning moron. Hey, don't laugh at him. Why drowning moron? Why drowning moron?
This line that no one thought about before now stands out like a sore thumb. This is when Matthew was at his peak on Friends, and it seems like he was foreshadowing his death on the show. I also found it strange that Matthew passed away in October, 3 days away from Halloween. If you saw yesterday's video on the reason you shouldn't celebrate Halloween, then you should know Halloween is a pagan festival. During the month of October, the pagan Celtics used to perform sacrifice rituals to the god of death, the very same gods Hollywood worship to this day. Last year, it was Takeoff who left for a gathering on Halloween night and passed.
Now, another thing that I want y'all to understand is this. You have to understand that we're approaching the winter solstice as well. So you're going to see a lot of people being unalived, and it's going to look like a natural cause. It's going to look like overdose, so on and so forth. And a lot of those people's name ain't going to be, heard because you don't know them per se. It's going to be a lot of people that's not going to be famous who's going to be involved with that as well, okay? But you have to understand, we've seen the same thing happen with who around this time. Two major names that I can say so myself was one being King Von, okay, when he passed in November, okay? Then we seen, what was the other guy named, man, that sung and used to be with Boosie, man? He passed in November, okay? And there's going to be a lot of more people because the winter solstice is coming in, okay? And so I say to be aware is to be alive because some of y'all live in communities that partake in these demonic activities.
Away. Just like Matthew Perry, he left signs of his passing, as he was even seen standing next to an RIP poster in the messy video that was released the same day he passed. This is not a coincidence, but foreshadowing, just like Matthew did with the photo of the hot tub. Something I found that was interesting while searching to see if I found the Masonic connection with Matthew's family was a man with the same name as Matthew who was a Masonic leader. Matthew C. Perry was an American naval officer and was a Freemason, although I couldn't find a direct link with the two. To me, they seem to resemble each other. I also looked into both the Matthews lineage, and it appears that both of them trace back to a military background. I don't know if it's the same Perrys, but it's interesting since they do kinda look alike. To me, this entire situation seems strange, especially when we consider the fact that he just so happens to send his assistant on errands, and then 2 hours later he passes away. And it's always the same story when it comes to these celebrities. There's always...
See, that's my thing. Like, how is it possible for you to just... Like, we don't have any details to the extent to know that whether she was there or not when he passed away. All we know is that she was gone and, 2 hours later he passed away. So who found him? Did she find him? Because I don't believe in coincidences, okay? We have to say that, if she found him, this is the same storyline that happened to Aaron Carter. And as someone just said in the live, he was actually begging for help. He got on live and begged for help and told people that they were trying to unalive him. I believe that he was doing the same thing, but he knew what it was that he got himself into, okay? Because I got some other videos we're going to watch, after this. That's going to go further into detail in terms of the imagery that he was given, okay? So we're going to dig a little bit too and what it was that he was trying to communicate during his last days, and did he know that this was finna get ready to take place or not? You see what I'm saying? But I want y'all to understand, they love to get you by yourself because in doing so, they create the narrative. It's the 48 laws of power. That's their handbook. Okay? What we want to do is we want to, first of all, with him, it was no need because he wasn't making a noise. It probably was some things going on behind the scenes with him that he wasn't saying. But a lot of people, they will speak out like Aaron Carter did. So it's necessary to basically assassinate their character to make them look crazy. So you see a lot of them being called crazy. Okay, so but with that being said, like you have to understand, like it's a handbook that takes place. We're gonna get them by themselves. That way we can create the narrative. No one was there. The assistant was gone. She found them dead. That's the storyline we stick it to. We're gonna grease the palm of everybody around him to make it look like during the autopsy it was a natural cause, and there it is.
Some mystery behind how it happened. Usually when regular people pass away, there's always a clear-cut explanation, at least most of the time, when it's situations like this. But when it's celebrities, It's always shrouded in mystery. We always have to look for clues to be able to find the truth. And I believe this is what's going on here.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all drop them names if y'all understand what's going on, man, or if y'all know how the game is played.
This is definitely crazy, especially since in his last 7 Instagram posts, he was calling himself Matman, referring to Batman. And if you take the time to go through the comments, people were there asking him, what does he mean, if he's okay, if he needs help, while he was making these weird captions on his posts talking about, do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? Do you know what I mean? But not answering anybody's question to whether he was okay or not, or if he needed help, which created more mystery. And while
Now, check this out. That symbol that y'all see, we're going to get into a little bit later, y'all. I want y'all to understand how this goes back. It gets deep. Like you asked see clearly.
I was looking on his Instagram account, I actually saw that all of his recent posts have been from October, and he had not posted anything else since last year in December. All of this stood out to me, and I haven't found out exactly what the connection is to Batman yet, but I really want to look into it because my theory is that this was a signal for help. He's using Batman, who is a hero, and every time his symbol is shown, he shows up to help. He has these 7 posts of Batman back to back, and I feel like he could have possibly been reaching out for help.
Yeah, that's a great point. Especially like you said, all his recent posts were all in October, which is strange. Why would he start posting now the same month that he's about to pass away? That just also seems like a red flag. And then looking into the entire situation, the fact that it was reported that 2 weeks before he seemed to be in good spirits, it's not like he would have wanted to do this to himself. At least that's what it appears like. So how did this happen? Did he just fall? Did he trip? What could have possibly led to this to happen? And I know there's situations that are accidents, but with all of this foreshadowing, with all of this imagery, it doesn't seem like an accident. It seems like this was something that was planned or orchestrated. And it's strange that even though he was found in his hot tub, they're not saying that it was because of drowning. They're not saying that that was the cause of the situation. So it's also creating more mystery, especially when the last post he made was a picture of himself in that very hot tub that he passed away in. All of this seems suspicious to me. And we know that we're in the month of October where these occultists are known to participate in occult rituals. This is something that we saw last year and the year before, and is going to continue to happen, especially with these people that are a part of Hollywood and took the oath.
Yeah, and you know what's sad is I feel like they're going to spin the whole relapse narrative, especially since this is something he has dealt with in his life in the past for years, and there's actually videos of him saying that he was still struggling with this problem. So I'm pretty positive that's the narrative that they're going to try to spin on top of this, especially since they're rambling around already, changing the situations. First it was a drowning, then he was just found there unresponsive, then it could possibly be relapse because he's already had this type of situation, and now it's just deferred. They don't know what's wrong, they're still looking into it. I think this is just a cover-up, and then like I said, eventually they're just gonna spin the narrative that this is just all substance related.
I can guarantee you the same thing. I believe that they're gonna do it because just look back in the history. Everyone that we've seen pass in this same way and fashion, they always say that it was drugs added on to that. So they was in a hot tub, in a tub somewhere, and they was doing drugs while they was there, and they ended up overdosing. Aaron Hall, Whitney Houston, her daughter as well. And if you've been following me for a while, you heard me say that I didn't even know Bobby Christina was even involved in that type of activity. And if I'm not mistaken, after that, I think they got Bobby Christina boyfriend too. So like, bro, it's crazy. Okay, you see what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, bro, you have to understand it's a ritual that's being done, okay? And it's for the people who are able to understand or overstand what it is that is being communicated through the symbolism of the bathtub ritual. Okay? And that's just the fact. They collected on him. And we're going to get into it because this is something that he wanted. We have to be careful about the things that we ask for. This is something that he wanted. And it's creepy.
Something else I noticed about the whole situation was actually on October 28th, it was the day of the Hunter Moon phase, which, like we were talking about earlier, Matthew, the last picture
I apologize, Remy Johnson. I mean Aaron Carter.
that he posted on his Instagram is a clear shot of a crescent moon. On October 28th, when he passed away, it was a hunter's moon. And the hunter's moon is actually associated with the harvest sacrifice. The hunter moon is also associated with the divine feminine, which is connected to Kabbalah, which is a Jewish mystic practice. So when we look at that, that's already an occult connection. Just think about it. He passed away in a hot tub, and previously, just 3 days before, he had posted a picture of himself clearly showing the moon and himself in the hot tub. On October 28th, he passes away during a full moon during the Hunter's Moon, which is known to be used for a harvest sacrifice. I think to me that pretty much explains it all. We know how important moon magic is to occultists, you know?
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with you. We know that events like this are significant to people in Hollywood. And then the fact that we're in this time of October going into November, we know that this is the time that they're getting ready to perform sacrifices. Speaking about the full moon, it wasn't just a full moon that night. It was actually a full blood moon. And according to this article here, on October 28th, the only full blood moon of 2023 will rise headstrong Taurus, bringing a fierce shift that can cause rift in our sense of security as we try to keep a fair balance between our hearts and our mind. This moment is all about finding the confidence to get our needs met and getting out of our comfort zones. Plus, it wouldn't truly feel like Halloween without a spooky lunar eclipse.
Exactly. I was just going to say that. It was an eclipse that took place. Now, I keep telling y'all, bro, look, you don't understand that there's always an eclipse that's opening on this planet. We know that anytime an eclipse takes place, that we're dealing with the opening of a portal. Okay, so that's why it's so significant, his passing. And not only his passing, but another passing, I think it was Adam Johnson's, his passing as well. It was, you have to understand, it had to be, see, Adam Johnson's passing was more about energy. All of it is about energy because we know that throughout the time that people spend watching these people is like you almost grow a relationship with them. And then all of a sudden they snatch them out your life and it's like, oh my God, that negative energy of you being in the low state, being sad, so on and so forth is what these beings need. Okay? You have to understand that. All right? So like I said, you know when and look, I told you it was so we know a portal was opening up that night. They needed that energy to open up the portal, bro. And that's what this was about. We know it was, the veil was thin that night, and there was a lot going on even then with the veil being thin. And I'm hoping, a lot of the guys and goddesses ain't partaking that. It's time for us to lead that. And bro, we bigger than that. We're going to get into that too.
I find this highly strange that this is how the moon was depicted this day, and then all of the moon pictures that he was posting. All of this just points to something bigger happening.
And yeah, that's extremely interesting because historically, occultists have used blood moons to perform specific rituals, especially sacrifice rituals, because that's when they believe that the moon is at its strongest. These are
because look, it's a portal that's opening up around that time that the blood moon, when we talk about the solar eclipse that take place during that time. Okay. And like I keep telling y'all, when you go deep into the situation through observance, okay, and even when we talk about the information that even NASA has told us about the moon, but we know that the moon is not fake, but yet and still is moving. But when it moves, it's being stationed in certain places for days. How do we know this? Because several people come along and say this. They say they see the moon out all day. I'm talking about in the morning and the night, stationary in, the same spot. They may see that for a week, then all of a sudden it disappears. Okay, so it is my understanding that this moon is being stationed in certain spots that's going to cause these portals to open. It is no coincidence that it was a solar eclipse and a blood moon on the night of Halloween. Okay, it's no coincidence. It was an energy that was being manifested during that period of time. And believe it or not, it was more sacrifices than this that allegedly took place. I say it's all allegedly. You understand what I'm saying? It was more, we talking about on a back scale, children that came up missing that's not being spoken of. You see what I'm saying? Other people that thought, that accidentally overdosed, so on and so forth during this period of time. You see what I'm saying? It was other things that was going on because they needed to raise that energy that was necessary in order to open this portal, man. Y'all drop them nines if you understand where I'm coming from, man. Like, it's deep. This is deep. Okay, also, there's other beings coming in and out of this planet. I keep telling you think they want these portals open for no reason? Why is it necessary for y'all to open these portals if ain't nothing coming in and out of these portals? Okay, because how do we know it was a portal? Because anytime there is a solar eclipse, there is a portal that is opening, which is why they tell everybody so that you could attend the portal and make it a ceremony, so that through that ceremony you can entice the energy that's needed to, for the ritual, to make the ritual stronger. Okay, and so it's the same thing here. You feel me? It's the same thing here.
All occultists. We know Hollywood is ran by occultists, so am I truly surprised that this happened? No. What's surprising is how it happened, because they're claiming that it was in his hot tub, which is unexpected, especially when we're speaking about a grown man. We usually don't see grown men go out like that. But the fact that he posted these photos, which I believe were left as clues, it points to something else happening. There's no way that anyone can tell me that this was not a sacrifice, especially since it was a blood moon that day. And there's so many books of magic that refer to the blood moon as the perfect time for a blood sacrifice. And we're seeing that Perry was showing us days in advance that something was going to happen. Why else would he start acting so strange? It's not like there's a history of disturbing behavior that comes from Perry, or we've seen actions like this come from him before. He seems to be a quiet superstar who just seems to do his Hollywood work, get his money, get his fame, and, stick to himself. But all of a sudden, he starts acting strange, his fans don't know what's going on, and then he passes away on a harvest moon, a blood moon at that.
Of course he knows what's going on because he done partook in it in some way, form, or fashion. I can guarantee you. So he felt the energy of it all. And instead of running around screaming and yelling about it, he chose to accept it because he knew what it was that he got himself into. Okay? Let's start there. He knew what it was he got himself. Yeah, he was able to identify the energy that was taking place, right? So throughout the process, he was trying to warn people of something because I feel like, people feel like, in their culture, right? They feel like if I tell the truth or if I can somehow save a few souls along the way, then, I won't have to deal with the karma of it all in the afterlife or during my next lifetime. If that's the case, because we talked about, what is the purpose of them even buying the souls? Who are they wanting to give these souls to when we talk about the terminology of even selling your soul? Okay? So, yeah, I'm telling y'all, man.
Same month of October, very similar to what we saw last year with Takeoff. He showed us what was going to happen to him before it happened. And that's exactly what happened with Matthew. It is not a coincidence that he posted the moon, that he showed this moon imagery and showed himself in the same place that would be his last place. I know you guys are aware enough to notice the signs for yourself. That's why so many of you guys asked me to cover this, because there's more to this story.
Definitely. And you want to know something even crazier that I just found out? That same night that Matthew Perry passed, another celebrity actually passed as well. His name is Adam Johnson. He was a hockey player for the Pittsburgh Penguins, and he passed away in a freak accident during the middle of the game in front of hundreds of people.
In front of hundreds of people, y'all. In front of hundreds of people. Imagine the magnitude of energy that was involved. Imagine how many people was traumatized from seeing that. Children, women, and men alike. Okay? Imagine the energy, bro, that they received that night. How many people couldn't sleep because as they closed their eyes, they was continuously seeing this event over and over in their head, bro. Okay? Can you imagine how low they were in their frequency at that moment? You hear me? Like, bro, it's real. You feel me? Romney Johnson say to harvest that negative energy. Yup, that's facts. It's real. Look, and y'all don't want to believe it, bro. Y'all don't want to believe these type of things is taking place, bro. This is not by coincidence. It's not. Listen to the magnitude. They thought that this was gonna be a bigger story than what's it called? But unfortunately, but it wasn't. You feel me? Trisha Boyer say exactly. They want that energy from fear, shock, and trauma. That's big facts. I love the way you put that, Trisha. They want that energy from fear, shock, and trauma, bro. Cause imagine how many people was horrified and they still horrified. The PTSD. You feel me? That they gonna have to go through from, like, y'all gotta understand how deep this is, and they don't care, bro, because that's how they eat, through that energy, through that negative energy, bro. And we finna get deep into it because the symbology, whatever it is, y'all, because I'm stuck on my words right now, right? The symbolism that was being given in the video, okay, is going to point us in the direction of who it is what it is that he's trying to lead us to. So let's go on.
I don't think this is a coincidence. I think that they're working in ways and getting what they need done, and we're just witnessing it. And if you take a step back and look at the bigger picture, just look at how many celebrities have passed away in October. Last year, celebrities passed away under strange circumstances. The year before that has happened. This is a recurring cycle that seems to happen every October, and it's all connected to Samhain.
Exactly. Just like I spoke about in the last episode about Halloween. I expose the truth about Halloween. People think Halloween is all about fun, candy, but it's not. It's a pagan festival that goes all the way back to the Celtics, all the way back to ancient times, when they would perform sacrifice and sacrifice their firstborn for blessings and to have a good harvest. This is the exact same thing that's going on now, and we're seeing it every single year. It's not a coincidence. Those in Hollywood traded their souls to have the world. They gave themselves to that industry.
And I want y'all to know that this happens on a mass scale as well. It's not just happening for the purposes of people to elevate, okay? It's happening for communities to thrive as well, okay? A lot of y'all are in these smaller towns, man, and I say this a lot, man, and they have more job opportunities than the larger cities, bro. That's not by coincidence, okay? That's because a lot of these smaller towns, okay, when you talk about these people so-called or allegedly unaliving themselves, overdosing, so on and so forth, you have to understand, bro, that these are sacrifices that's being made, and they're being made so that that community would thrive, okay? And if you look back in history, bro, this is something that they did. This is something that a lot of these cultures and a lot of the ancients believed in. They believed in, the sacrifices of something or giving something to make sure that a certain city or community would thrive. So it's bigger than just a certain individual. Okay?
Paying the consequences of that industry. They're having to deal with the effects of being in that industry. And part of being in that industry,
drop them names if you understand me,
is serving this type of system, this type of occult world where anything could happen, where you're giving your soul to these type of people. And that's what I think happened to Matthew Perry. You tell me what this looks like. There is no explanation. He just magically passes away in his hot tub. There is no reasoning. No one took him out. It could be an accident, but at the end of the day, with all these other signs that are present, I don't think so. I'm going to keep on looking into the situation to see what I can find and discover, and hopefully we can get to the bottom of this, but I'm pretty sure that foul play did happen, and this was most likely a ritual offering. But that's it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Oh, yeah, that was most definitely a ritual offering. I feel like that goes without being said. I mean, what's understood need not be explained, right? We see this happen all the time. We know what it was, man, but I want y'all to understand that this is something that he wanted badly, so badly that he prayed for it, okay? He prayed for it. And like I say, you have to be careful of the things that you get down on your knees and you beg for, okay? Then you have to also take into account who it is that you're begging to receive these things from. Because when we talk about the Most High, that spirit and that spark that started all, he can care less about material things because, he knows that this is material things in this realm, bro. This is only temporary. This is the only temporary realm. You in here to learn some things, bro. You're supposed to learn something, not get attached to all of these things that's not going to go with you as you transition into the next life. You see what I'm saying? But see, they teach us that this is what we should be doing. We should be getting attached to the material things. And I want y'all to understand, even with AI, they going to the extent, bro, of creating AIs so that they can put the consciousness of these beings inside of these AIs or these artificial beings. You see what I'm saying? Because they don't want to go to the next life. They want to stay here forever. They're afraid of the karma. Okay? So it's crazy, but like I said, he begged for this, y'all. This is something that he begged for, and we finna get into this, man. And I want to say, I just love the energy, right? Other people who actually going out and digging, bro. I love the people who actually going out and digging right now, bro, and tapping into that inner detective inside themselves, right? Because I mean, by now, bro, people just not falling for anything, bro. You gotta come with them facts, bro, and you gotta make sure that the information that you giving is adding up. Okay, so let's get into this video.
Something is not adding up with Matthew Perry's death. As you all know, Matthew Perry was found drowned in his jacuzzi at his home in Los Angeles. Days leading up to his death, he was posting cryptic messages on his Instagram in reference to Batman. Starting on October 17th, Matthew Perry posted this video of a cinema room. Every wall was covered with Batman. And he points up to the corner of the room, and there's a bat signal up there. The next post, he posts a bat out in the water where it says, "Sleep well, everybody. I've got the city tonight. Matman." So he's referring to himself as Matman, playing on the pun of Batman. He has something that says, "Batman plays pickleball." It was announced that he played a 2-hour pickleball match right before he died. Now, there's one post that's very bizarre where it's somebody, it's not Matthew Perry's hand, I don't believe it's Matthew Perry's hand, but it's somebody's hand dropping 3 cranberries on a table. And Matthew Perry says, "This is what I've had to eat today. I'm Matman." People are speculating that this had something to do with the Cranberries lead singer, Dolores O'Riordan, as she was found dead from drowning as well. And then
Now, I don't know if she was found unalive that day or if she was found unalive somewhere in the past. You know what I'm saying? But see, I'm just saying, you see how all of this is adding up? You see how all this is adding up right now, bro? It's symbolism. And people who were sitting back watching it, bro, they know what was going on. Believe it or not, bro, they knew what was going on. They knew what he was trying to tell in this, okay? And I want y'all to understand, even the symbolism of Batman. Y'all think he's just going crazy with this Batman thing for no reason? It's a bigger picture to it all. But let's go ahead and get to it because I'm gonna show y'all what it is.
he goes on to post a picture of a jack-o'-lantern with the Batman signal carved into it saying, "Do you know what I mean?" And after this, he posts a video of the moon. And all it says is, "Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? I'm Matman." And in his 83rd and final post, it shows Matthew Perry in the jacuzzi where he drowned. He says, "Oh, so warm water swirling around makes you feel good? I'm Matman." In this photo, you can clearly see that he's highlighting the moon, which is behind him as well. And that is another thing, is Matthew Perry died on a full moon with a partial eclipse. He died on the hunter's moon. Some are saying that this was a full moon sacrifice. So what does this mean? Is he trying to tell us something? Batman, Matman? What's very interesting is in the Batman TV series, Season 1, Episode 33, Fine Finney Friends, it is revealed that Bruce Wayne's great-grandfather was the founder of the secret society Skull and Bones at...
Now, why is this so important? We are in the year of Skull and Bones. The year 2023. 332. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, there has been a lot of unusual things that has been taking place this year, and it's all due to the homage that is being attributed to this right here. Skull and Bones, America's most powerful and mysterious secret society. Okay? Now, he who has eyes see clearly, bro. That's why that's so significant. Matman, he's pointing you in a direction. Okay? He's saying, Matman, okay, let he who has eyes see clearly, because I told you, man, signs and symbols is for the conscious. Signs and symbols is for the conscious. Signs and symbols is for the conscious man. So, you know, you have to be conscious enough to be able to recognize what is being communicated through the signs and symbols, man. Let's dig.
Yale.
And that is Bruce Wayne's grandfather, Mrs. Cooper?
His great-grandfather.
I understand he was tapped for Skull and Bones.
Tapped for it? Sir, he founded Skull and Bones.
Not to mention that it was episode 33, which is heavily involved with Freemasonry. Now, obviously, this is very tragic. I don't want to make light of this, but there's some things that just don't add up surrounding Matthew Perry's death. Matthew Perry has had a history of drug abuse. He's had medical issues, so it's leading a lot of people to think that he was relapsing. But some are speculating that he was telling everybody a message, or he was trying to tell everybody a message because of all of these Batman/Matman scenarios.
Something crazy about the Matthew Perry memoir is he admits to making a Faustian prayer with God in order to become famous.
Hey, this is deep right here, y'all. This is deep right here, y'all. The information that you're about to receive right now is deep, because a lot of time we listen to a conversation that's being had and we don't understand how deep and how spiritually rooted that conversation is. But let's jump into this.
He said that 3 weeks before the Friends audition, he got on his knees and told God, "You can do anything you want to me, just make me famous." He says, quote, "3 weeks later, I got cast in Friends, and God has certainly kept his side of the bargain. But the Almighty, being the Almighty, had not forgotten the first part of the prayer as well." He goes on to admit that Faustian prayer that I made was a stupid one. The one of a...
He said it himself, the Faustian prayer that I made was a stupid one.
Child. It was not based on anything real, but it became real. A Faustian bargain is a pact that a person makes, selling their soul for a worldly good or material, such as riches, fame, wealth. The Faustian bargain is also called the deal with the devil. In an interview with Bill Maher, Matthew Perry said that he believes in a higher power and that he has a close relationship with him.
I know that.
Now, check this out, right? I want y'all to understand this. This ain't the only one we seen do this. Who we just seen did this when we just did a video earlier. We was talking about who. Okay? I mean, well, we seen Juice WRLD do it, right? Juice WRLD made a pact. We know James Brown did the same thing, okay? We know a lot of these artists, man, have made a pact and immediately they came to collect. Okay, so this is what we're talking about. We seen other people step up and say, yeah, I'm just holding on. I can't think of the guy's name, man. Y'all drop them names if you agree or you understand where I'm coming from. But also leave his name in the comment section if you know the guy who said he was just holding up his end of the deal of the bargain that he made with the chief and the commander. And the interviewer said, the chief and the commander of who? He said, of this world and their world and the world after. Okay, so I keep on telling y'all, man, that, bro, when we talk about these entities, yes, they're real, okay? But let's go.
Once you've referred to it as a force, and you know, I believe that. I believe that a higher power. There is a higher power. Right. I believe I've got a very close relationship with him. That's helped me a lot. And
somebody's on your side.
Yeah.
Now, what did they say? Drake said that too. I have a higher power. Somebody likes me. Somebody somewhere likes me. I don't know who it is or what it is. Man, y'all know what y'all got y'all self into.
He admitted that everything is in this memoir. He didn't leave anything out. And one of the more interesting things is that the last chapter of his memoir is titled Batman. And his last Instagram posts were all about Batman, leading up to the end of his life.
For the first time in my life, I knelt down and prayed. And that prayer was, please God, make me famous. You can do anything you want to me. Just make me famous. 3 weeks later, I got friends, and God did not forget about the second part. I mean, I had the American dream happen to me. I got the great job. I was good at it. I bought a house. The house had a pool, and I really, really liked it. Loved it for about 6 months. And then I walked in my house and went, oh, man. This is not fixing this problem that I have.
And you know why? That's because a lot of people don't understand, bro, that no material thing can ever fix the problem that the soul has. Okay? You have to give the soul what it needs in order to grow and prosper, right? Because material things is not that. All right? It's most definitely not that. Okay? But I want y'all to understand we have to be careful, like I said, the things that we ask for. Because he begged for this and he thought that was going to make him happy, bro. Ain't nobody, bro. He thought that was going to get him more women, so on and so forth, but I can guarantee it because he don't look like the type of guy that had plenty of women in his lifetime. Y'all drop them lines if you understand where I'm coming from. Okay? But let's get into the symbolism of Batman. Okay? When we talk about Batman in itself, outside of his connection to the founder of the Skull and Bone organization, right? Let's talk about who it is that he was pointing to if you get him. Okay? So when we talk about Batman, what is a bat connected to? What are bats connected to? Somebody tell me in the comment section what bats are known for when we talk about movies and things like that. They're connected to vampires, right? And so when we talk about vampires, what are vampires known as? Okay? Dracula's, right? Dracula. So we talk about Dracula and Draco. Who is the Dracos, y'all? Who is that in connection to? The draconian reptilians. Okay? So when we talk about what he's talking about, he understands who the devil is, right? He's been exposed to that lifestyle. So he knew that they was coming to collect. And so that's why in the end of his chapter, he knew what he had done. He already knew what he prayed for. He just told you that. He knew what he prayed for. He knew they was coming to collect. That's why that last chapter in his book was Batman. Do you think that was coincidental? So when he felt that energy coming upon him, bro, from the people that was around him, bro, when he probably ate something and felt himself being sick, he knew what it was because he had already partook in the game before. He know who runs this. Man, y'all better understand, bro. They know what's going on behind the scenes. Y'all just think they don't because they play the role very well. Okay? So when they getting on these interviews, you think you getting a regular person whole time. You still getting the actor. You still getting the actor. He getting up there acting dumbfounded like he don't know what's going on in Hollywood whole time. He done been to the mansion parties and everything. He done been to the mansion parties and everything. They done seen some SHIT you could never imagine. And y'all think it's a game, bro. He steady throwing up this Batman saying, if you get where I'm coming from, because a lot of people don't know how the Batman is connected to Dracula, how Dracula is connected to the Draconian reptilians. Okay? Also devil, yeah. Because we know who was a Draconian reptilian when you go into the esoterical teachings. Who was a Draconian reptilian? Halil. Halil was half Draconian reptilian, half reptile. Half Anunnaki god. Okay? And so, yes, he looked like me and you, but he had reptilian DNA in him. And this is why he was so, this is where the disagreeable nature in him came from and made him wanted to rule over. Because you have to understand that these draconian reptiles to begin with, that's what they did. They went to each and every galaxy, conquering those galaxies and civilizing them. All right? So therefore, that snake that they was trying to tell you that had a voice box to beguile Eve in that garden was actually a humanoid reptilian that stood on 2 feet, okay, that could speak and everything. And that humanoid reptilian was a draconian reptilian, the same reptiles that run the planet now, okay? And so, let he wise ass see clearly, this information ain't gonna be for everybody. I understand that already. I really do. Say, did Batman fight them? What do you mean did Batman fight them? These shape-shifting things, yes. The Anunnaki. Facts, Carson Roswell. Did Batman fight them? What do you mean? Did Batman fight them? What do you mean? Understand, when does Batman's signal comes out? And I'm going to show y'all the connection. When we talk about these draconian reptilians, I want you to understand that they came from a planet by the name of Meldeck. Their planet had no sun. It had 2 moons, okay? It was an even temperature because that's what's necessary in order for them to survive. Okay, so when you think about Batman, you have to understand that they made it look pretty. They made it look pretty for y'all. That's what they did, okay? Because they know that you guys will appeal to the entertainment of it all, the theatrics, okay? But behind the scenes, when Batman's signal comes out, what does it look like? It looks like a moon, right? When we talk about these 12 disagreeable beings that was on the Council of 24 that originally came down on the planet, okay? The Yawans, okay? You have to understand that these were reptilian beings, okay? So you have to understand that the moon is basically placed in the sky every night as homage toward them. So when you see that signal going up from Batman, he's showing you what he is. He's a draconian reptilian. It's actually him paying homage to these reptiles because he's a bat. He's a Draco. You feel me? What do they call bats? Draculas, right? Okay. Draco reptilians. You feel me? What did I miss, Jazare? You feel me? That they say dark. That's why Batman's called Dark Knight. You hear what I'm saying? Like, now y'all getting it. Say he sold his soul to the devil. That's it. That's all, y'all. That's big facts. He did that. Understand that? He did that in the beginning. He did that in the beginning, bro. And what's so sad about it, that's how you know it'd be a lot of people that be agents, bro, right? Because they'll come along and say people reaching, right? Whole time, you witnessing it yourself. You seeing it on a day-to-day basis. It's a lot of people coming out that's actually saying that they partook in this. It's a lot of people that's actually saying that they partook in it. You feel me? What's dude name that said he came out like, man, I'm just holding my end of the he said I'm just holding my end of the bargain. Somebody put his name in. I can't remember. I'm trying to see who placed his name here. He said, I'm just holding my end of the bargain, bro. They know what's going on, bro. They partaking in some real crazy stuff in the industry, y'all. And he knew too. He knew too. Do we feel sorry for him? No, because he knew what he partook in. That would be you giving your energy to the ceremony still. What was his name, y'all? Billy what? Somebody put it in the comment section. I think his name was Billy something. I can't think of his name again. Say he was on the island. What do you mean? Yeah, he was on the island. He was on the island too. Bob Dylan. That was Bob Dylan. Stacy say Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan had admitted to that too. Let me see something. Because I know he admitted to it. Y'all better wake up, bro. Ain't nobody finna get on here and ain't nobody finna come on here and do all this for no reason, man. Like, people be trying to warn y'all of what's going on, but you feel me? Y'all don't want to listen. Y'all don't be want to listen, man. You feel me? Let me show y'all something, man. Let me show y'all something real fast. I'm gonna show y'all this video, man. So, like, this is things that you need to see, bro. And your children need to see them too, bro, because they be thinking we be reaching, bro. Because they favorite artists, you know. You have to understand, bro, this is done strategically, bro. They don't get people from the hood because they want to see them thrive. They know it's going to be inspiration for other people to come along and want to sell their soul as well. Because in the hood, you ain't got nothing to depend on. Y'all like this up and share it. You have nothing to depend on. So when you talk about something like this, bro, this is like an opportunity of a lifetime. Do you want to stay here or you want to go back to the hood? Okay, well, if you want to stay here, man, this is what you need to do. Give me your life force. Give me your life force.
Why do you still do it? Why are you still out here?
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I mean, I made a bargain with it, you know, a long time ago, and
Now, this is Bob Dylan. For those of you who don't know who this is, but if you do know him, please drop them nines. Please drop them nines.
Holding up my hand.
Listen to what he said, y'all.
Why do you still do it? Why are you still out here?
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I mean, I made a bargain with it, you know, a long time ago, and I'm holding up my hand.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with you know, with the chief commander.
On this earth?
And on this earth, and then in the world we can't see.
Wow, Joseph McCracy, I share it and then they erase it all the time, saying it's untrue. It's crazy. The proof be in the pudding. But did y'all hear what he just said, bro? So we still reaching. We still reaching. Huh? I mean, look at this. He admitted it himself, y'all. He's not the only one to say this.
Why do you still do it? Why are you still out here?
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I mean, I made a bargain with it, you know, a long time ago, and I'm holding up my hand.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with you know, with the chief commander.
On this earth?
And on this earth, and then in the world we can't see.
Y'all better wake up, man. It's real out here. Chantel say, they get the ones, the lowest low, on the lowest low, the thirsty ones. That's big facts, and that's why I believe that they come to the more of the lower poverty neighborhoods to make people superstars. You see what I'm saying? Because they know that they're willing to do anything to maintain that lifestyle. You feel me? When you come from those type of environments and things like that, bro, all you want to do is see the people around you make it. You see what I'm saying? So you end up putting your back against the wall. You feel me? Some people just want to be accepted, and they feel like the only way that they can ever be accepted is to be amongst people like him. You feel me? Ashlyn P. Van Racine say Truth Unveiling Ministries. You feel me? Ashley say Truth. That's big facts. You feel me? So, I mean, like, you know, y'all have to wake up, bro. We're not running toward this industry no more. Like, you don't need them to begin with anyway. The way that the internet is set up, bro, if you want to do something that this is your passion, bro, and you believe that this is what you should be doing, music, the way that the internet is set up, bro, you can build, you know, a lifestyle based on that. You don't have to be thirsty. Okay? Don't feel like you have to be taking care of everybody around you, because then you put yourself in a jam and you place yourself in a position that you cannot get out of. We seen Suki cry. Sukina. It looked like she done accepted it. Now she's like, okay, it is what it is. I'm amongst these people, man, and they did it too. I know Glorilla did it because, I mean, it didn't take her long. All of a sudden, she coming out. She done covered up her eye. She's doing the one eye symbolism. You see what I'm saying? So, and look at all these people. Where did they come from? The gutter, the trenches. Sexy Red, the trenches. She knows. She don't know no better, man. She don't know no better. I can guarantee, bro. It's conversations like this that be had in the communities. Man, would you do that if a person offered you $1 million? Hell yeah, man. It's conversations like that to be, you know, female, man. You know that you know, participate in promiscuous activities for money already. So we talk about on a larger scale, bro, they don't mind, you know, becoming somebody, you know, SEX slave for millions. They don't mind knocking somebody's head off. They probably done did something to the past, in the past that they ain't got over with. Anyway, so you feel me? It's crazy. Expose them because they do it right in front of us. Thank you for waking up the mass. That's big facts. We have to expose them, bro. It's more so about making people aware of what is going on a day-to-day basis. The things that the average person cannot see because they're not seeing things from a spiritual perspective. That's the biggest issue that we have. People are only looking and seeing things with their two eyes, bro. They're not looking into it from a spiritual perspective. And so they say, oh, well, that was natural cause. You feel me? Oh, well, things like that just happen. You don't understand that people are being strategically placed around them, handlers, okay? They are there for these purposes. If they get out of line, put something in their food, put something in their drink. What are they doing? Make sure that these devices can listen to them at all times. You check in with us, okay, at all times. These are agents and handlers that are being placed around them. And that is why it's so easy for them to end up putting something in their cup and then they're saying that they're doing it, they're passing away due to overdosing or they're unaliving themselves, so on and so forth. Okay? And it's the same thing that goes on when we see people in our community, bro. Automatically or just I'm talking about people in great health. Go to sleep and don't wake up. Believe that it was foul play involved, y'all. It was foul play involved. You think I don't believe that people just go to sleep, bro, and you know, don't wake up. Life that don't fit right with me. That's why they need to put all of these chemicals and things inside of the food to ensure that you don't live past a certain amount of time. Okay? So they got no insight. That's big facts, man. Y'all drop them names if y'all understand where I'm coming from and pound that like button. Also, don't forget to share. Carson Russell say it's horrible what these people have done. Good thing the evil has fallen. That's big facts. Ashley P. Van say one of the saddest cases is the one of DJ Twitch, but we have to wake up because the next might be on our doorstep. The devil is a liar. That's big facts. Hey, and that is a sad story, bro. That's a sad story. See, a lot of these people, they come into this industry, they witness some things and they want to tell it all, right? And then that's when that bag get put on their head or whatever the case may be. Him. Like we see the situation with him. Like I told y'all, what did they do? They isolated him. And then they said he did what? He unalived himself. Why was it important for them to isolate him, y'all? Because through isolation, they were able to create the narrative, okay? They were able to then come in and tell a storyline that they wanted to give. And because I guarantee you the wife, she knew what was going on. They threatened her in some way, form, or fashion. She was afraid for herself and children. So she's not going to open her mouth. She's not. Ain't nobody going to open their mouth. They afraid. They've been taught to fear death. Therefore, oh no, I got to make sure me and my kids good. Woo, woo. I'm not finna speak. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Whole time while crying and suffering from the things that they know and they hold within. And so this is why a lot of them, when they're on their deathbeds, they want to tell everything because they know that, you know, they finna suffer some karma in a lifetime. Because when you do these type of things, you have to understand that you take on the karma of that person that you unalived. Added onto the karma that you acquired during this lifetime as well, and the lifetimes before that. And so you're going to have to pay that lifetime back. You're going to have to pay that back. It get deep, y'all. But with that being said, man, y'all do me a favor. Like I said, get over to YouTube if you haven't already. Make sure you get over to YouTube and follow me at I Am Awakened, man, because if you enjoy the content, man, and the topics that I bring, man, you most definitely going to want to get over there because that's why I'm going to be doing a lot of my lives at Facebook. They stutter when it comes to sending out the notifications, even though we will be here, you know, more often, okay? But also don't forget to get over to Instagram at I Am Awakened _Chosen One, man, because we're going to do more building over there, okay? I'm going to be inviting a lot of people over to the panel and allowing them to teach from the perspective and the understanding that they've received in terms of their journey, okay? Because I feel like it's good to do that. It's good for us to always get the insight of others in terms of what it is that they're learning along their journey, okay? It's just great for the community, all right? And with that being said, get over to Instagram at IamAwaken_chosen1man and follow me ASAP. I just want to leave y'all as I came. I want you guys to always be aware, because to be aware is to be alive. And as always, peace, family. Peace meaning positive energy always creates elevation. Ashe.